Hello and welcome once again to Incorrect Prediction Time by Battalion Rust. Yes, that's right. It's time again for another one of my spectacularly inaccurate predictions for the upcoming Formula One Grand Prix. This time it's round 9, the British Grand Prix. Now, despite some huge successes early on with my predictions, it's going horribly bad. And I think we've had 8 races so far. The last 6 I haven't had any correct at all. So I've actually had, it's been 24, hasn't it? 3/8 of 24. So out of 24 so far I've got 5 correct, and those 5, as you may or may not know, came in the first 2 races. I had 5 of the first 6 podium spots correct. Since then, nothing. I've decided with this British Grand Prix that I'm going to go in the same direction. I'm going to go Antonelli again. That's probably a bad sign for Antonelli, the fact that I'm predicting that he will win, as I did in the last race as well. I haven't seen anything from George Russell to say that he has got on top of Antonelli. I think Antonelli was quicker in Spain and Austria. He just didn't get the result. So I think that barring anything happening to Antonelli, he will win the race. I would rather he didn't, but I think he will. I think Russell will come home second. I need to get a new pen, clearly. I'm going to dig out a different pen for next time. So that's the same as I predicted in the last one. And third, again, I'm going with Hamilton. So exactly the same as I predicted in Austria. Now, why am I not going with, say, Verstappen? Because we know that the Red Bull is very good at the moment, and we know that the Ferrari has power issues, or the engine is not as powerful, basically. And Silverstone is a power circuit, but there's the crowd factor, as Nigel Mansell used to say. Did he say it adds half a second to your lap time? I mean, I don't think that was ever scientifically calculated, but certain drivers get inspired at certain when racing in certain countries, and certainly the British drivers get very inspired when racing at Silverstone. There are, of course, other nationalities that do well in their own countries as well. But I've always particularly noticed at Silverstone, the British drivers, it just adds a little bit. It shouldn't do, because it tends to suggest you're not trying hard enough the rest of the time. I remember Gerhard Berger when he won the 1997 German Grand Prix in his Benetton. Flavio Briatore said, well, okay, but why wasn't he winning like that the rest of the year? He completely dominated the weekend, and it was just before the weekend that his dad died. And he put it down to, Berger himself put it down to sort of inspiration, wanting to do well for his dad. But yeah, the question was there, well, have you been holding back the rest of the year then, earlier in the year? Because he didn't get any decent results prior to that German Grand Prix, but he completely dominated that Grand Prix, I remember. So yeah, sometimes it can create negative comments if you do particularly well at one particular circuit or a particular race because of an external thing that's happened. It can make people ask, well, why aren't you doing that at every track? But I think both Russell and Hamilton will be super fired up for being Silverstone. I think that will get Hamilton ahead of the other cars. It won't get him past the Mercedes, but I think it will keep him ahead of both Leclerc and Verstappen and the McLarens and Hadjar. But I don't think it'll be quite enough to get the Mercedes. It could be similar to the 1989 British Grand Prix, where Nigel Mansell in his Ferrari all year, and along with Berger, but Mansell completely outdrove Berger that year, was way quicker. And so it was Mansell attacking the two McLarens of Senna and Prost all year. And at Silverstone, he was that little bit closer because of the home advantage. And I was there. I was there at the 1989 British Grand Prix at Silverstone. I remember Senna retiring very early on. So then it was Prost with just a few seconds back to Mansell, and Mansell was hanging on, and there were sparks flying from behind his Ferrari. As you could tell, he was desperately hanging onto the car, whereas Prost was just driving the best car on the grid by miles. He was out for a Sunday drive. But Mansell was driving the socks off his Ferrari, trying to keep up. And he held on to a gap of just a few seconds for a long time. I think it ended up about 10 seconds in the end as they crossed the line. But this could be like this. Hamilton in the Ferrari, super charged up, super fired up, can't quite catch the Mercedes, but still puts in a good performance. But as I say, Antonelli, I think, is still just fractionally quicker than Russell, especially as a race progresses. Russell may well get pole. Antonelli will get quicker and quicker throughout the race. So that's my prediction. Fourth place, could be Leclerc, could be Verstappen, could be Norris, could be Piastri. I'm more inclined to think Norris ahead of Piastri, although Piastri did very well at Silverstone last year. Fourth place I'd probably give to Verstappen, I reckon. So there you go. That's my prediction. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you don't already. Like the video, comment on the video, or leave a tip on the video, on the thanks button below the video. And I will see you on the very next video, which may well be, possibly there'll be a different video. I think there'll be a different video on Saturday, but a non-F1 video on Saturday. And then, of course, after the Grand Prix, there'll be a review of the Grand Prix, where we just scrub out that and put 27. And don't touch that at all. Right, thank you very much, and goodbye for now.